Greetings, friends and crafters. Hail and well met. An update on the updates. In an effort to be more visible and get more viewers and subscribers, I tried doing weekly updates. The updates were the least watched of my videos. I could be wrong, but it seems folks come to my channel for the long format presentations. My viewers like long stories and watching the full crafting process, because they're people of refinement and taste. Until new data presents itself to indicate otherwise, I'll get back to doing long format videos and lean into the story writing, crafting, and narrating. It seems that the universe wants me to not only entertain myself, but you, the gentle viewer. The weekly updates probably weren't that entertaining. I accept that. I'll admit I am struggling a bit with my channel. Some of it comes from the uncertainty of not knowing what to do to appeal to a broader audience, other than not putting my face in the video. Oh well. This episode also marks a turning point in the stories. As some of you may know, I am a lifelong gamer. I started with Dungeons & Dragons a long time ago. A year after playing my first game, I was DMing, and I never looked back. I love world building and creating stories. It's in my blood. As an artist, the only thing I love more than world building is working with my hands. Nothing better in life than spending a day making something. I don't care what Conan says is best in life. Conan don't craft. If you get that joke, let me know what is best in life in the comments. Some of what makes what I'm trying to do so difficult is my multimedia approach. I'll admit I have not mastered all of the techniques that I envisioned for the channel. I don't stick to one thing. I want to have crafting, but I also want the stories to have rich visuals to go with them. I want you to see some of what my imagination produces. So I use 3D modeling to help with conceptualizing certain ideas. I also want to use storyboarding, but rather than one image per video, I'd like to get where I can give a few panels to go with each story. So yeah, it's a lot. But I feel like the stories, the world, all the characters in them deserve the attention. It is a point of pride that I do not use AI to generate any of my stories. It's me and my imagination. Why is that even important? In my opinion, AI is not a tool, it's a crutch. It teaches people how to not use their own minds. It does the thinking for them. Because thinking and actually learning a skill is hard. So why bother when a machine will do it for you? When I have an idea for a story, it comes entirely from my own memories and life experiences. This is what makes a story unique. It has the stamp of the person, the living being, telling you the story. Maybe we are at a point where we don't even value what makes us human anymore. There was a time not long ago when artists used to make influence maps. The maps were visual representations of what inspired them, what made them want to become artists. That's gone. And now we have the dry misery of word prompts. Sad to see the thing that supposedly made us human, the capacity to create art, dry up and blow away like a tumbleweed in an AI windstorm. What is art? To me, art is hand-eye coordination hooked up to imagination. And now, on to the main event. Let's get to what you came here for. The story of the Blighthouse. It's a complicated story with many characters, so strap in. Here we go. The Blighthouse was constructed to act as a beacon to vessels sailing in the ethereal sea. It was constructed by Samaxius, a mage of Stormkill. Or it should be said that she completed the Blighthouse. The Blighthouse was begun by her great-grandfather, Samaxius I, but abandoned after his mysterious disappearance. Though she was possibly the most knowledgeable and powerful of the mages, she was never granted the title of Archmage. This was possibly due to her spending an extraordinary amount of time surfing the waves off the coast of Stormkill. Her affinity for water and nature set her apart from the other mages. She had little interest in the opulent feasts and masquerades they would often host as a way to display their wealth and mastery of magic. She thought it was wasteful and pointless. The archmages were constantly trying to outdo each other with the tricks they could perform. To Symaxius, the impressive feats they conjured did little to advance the art of magic. To make matters worse, her father, the highest-ranking archmage, named her after one of the most renowned mages in the history of Stormkill, Symaxius the Great. In the tradition of mages, names have power. To be given a powerful name is to be given the greatness of those who held it previously. But there had only been one Symaxius in the history of Stormkill, and that mage was a man who wrote books establishing the fundamental principles and laws of wielding magic. For a daughter to be named after the greatest mage to have ever lived was unusual. To some, it was an insult to the traditions of mages. But Symaxius II, daughter of the archmage of Stormkill, had her own mind and her own ambitions and interests. To Symaxius, magic was the sea and the sky. This concludes part 1 of the Blighthouse. Come back for the next presentation where we continue with part 2 of the Blighthouse. Thanks for listening.